Amazon Game Studios just had significant cuts. And when I heard the news on this, I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. Amazon had a game studio. And the games that they put out there, I don't really even remember what they even were. New World, Eternum, MMO, Lost Ark, free to play RPG, King of Meat, co op dungeon crawler, Crucible, multiplayer shooter, Throne and Liberty, an MMO. So they have multiple MMOs developed by NCSoft and First Spark, with Amazon Games acting as publisher. Wow. So they have a bunch of games I've never even heard of. I don't know about you or if you've played them, but this is not necessarily a heavyweight list of games that would make me feel confident about a studio. And one of the issues that I've seen when it comes to next gen game development is oftentimes game studios are being put together by companies that just have a shitload of money and they just want to pour it into the company to make games without actually knowing what games they want to make. They just like, oh, let's hire some creatives to come up with an idea for a game. Instead of where gaming used to come from of, I have an idea for a game, I need to make this game. It's been reversed because of the money in the industry. This comes to us from Video Games Chronicle. They said, Amazon making significant cuts to games business, moving away from MMOs. New World's developer is affected by sweeping cuts at Amazon Games. And if you guys didn't see it, I saw Grums earlier today tweet this out. He said, this will always get me. Virtual communities have real bonds and memories. This is why games, especially MMOs, need continuance options after they are sunset. Stop killing games. You are killing communities too. And oh, by the way, Stop Killing Games initiative would protect this game from disappearing. This comes to us from MMO Intel, who says, New World players are gathering in Windsward across servers after the news today that the game will no longer be updated. Oh, bad. Not just all the time and money that you've put into the game, but just the community that's been created and developed over and like the attachment you have just like ripped out one day because a mega studio is just like, yeah, you know what? We're changing our mind with the direction that we're going. Sorry. Amazon's making significant cuts. In a message to staff reviewed by Bloomberg, the company said it would eliminate more than 14,000 corporate jobs, many of which affect its game development and publishing business, specifically the San Diego and Irvine development studios, which are responsible for MMOs New World and an untitled Lord of the Rings game, have seen significant reductions, according to Steve Bloom, Vice President of Audio, Twitch, and Games. While we're proud of our successes in first-party AAA games development and publishing, we have made the difficult decision to halt a significant amount of first-party AAA game development work, specifically around MMOs within Amazon Game Studios, he wrote. I got to be honest, when I start reading stuff like this, typically this is like a canary in the coal mine for the industry. If a massive $1 trillion organization is making big cuts to gaming, they see over the horizon before anyone else does. And they're like, we're going to get ahead of this because the future to them is not worth the investment in it. So it does make you wonder if, at least in the West, if the future of AAA game development is completely cooked. And oh, by the way, if it is, they have no one to blame but themselves. And I've been screaming into the abyss for the better part of 9 years at this point on this channel, trying to get enough people together to try to change the industry from going down this direction. And I keep saying because that's all I can speak for. But I know there's so many other content creators that saw this, the writing on the wall, where it's like, if you keep injecting woke ideology into these games, nobody will buy the games and you will doom your company moving forward. And I'm not saying that these games specifically from Amazon are woke games, but just in general, It's just a massive turnoff overall, where people just don't want to go for Western games anymore in the future. It's like a overarching issue that they're dealing with. This includes making significant role reductions in our studios in Irvine and San Diego, as well as our central publishing team. Amazon Games Orange County, formerly Double Helix Games, which is based in Irvine, released New World in September 2021. The layoff comes days after Amazon relaunched its Luna game service, which has been redesigned to appeal to a wider range of players. This includes the addition of Game Night, a new selection of party games designed for casual players. You know what I feel like the issue is? Because typically, if this were a thing, maybe 15 to 25 years ago, I'd say this Luna thing might have a chance. The field is so bloated and overloaded with content and options that no one has a reason to do like, oh, let me get another version of a game console. Oh, Luna on a TV and enter all my information and log in with Amazon. Most people already have their computers or consoles or something that they use. I'm sure for casuals out there and stuff like that, you might find a few people, but typically for the casuals, they might play this an hour a month, if that, maybe an hour every 6 months if they have like a dinner party and people come over. And they might do it for like a week, and it's like a bunch of people for the week, and then they never go back to it again. That's not sustainable. According to an internal memo, Amazon will continue to work on various game projects, including the next Tomb Raider game with Crystal Dynamics. I already have so many issues with the direction they've been taking Tomb Raider. I've made that abundantly clear, with basically reducing Lara's breast size 5 or 6 cup sizes. It's not doing you any favors when you're trying to sell an iconic character known for having a large chest. I just have a hard time getting on board with it. While these changes are significant, we still have a lot going on in game development, Boom wrote. Our Montreal studio, oh, good Lord, that's the woke studio, because anything in Montreal, recently concluded a successful closed alpha of March of Giants and is working hard to finish the game. Our Studio 5 team just released Courtroom Chaos, starring Snoop Dogg as the launch title in Luna. Oh, yeah, because I really want Snoop Dogg, that is now promoting LGBTQ for kids, behind a launch title. My goodness. This is what happens when corporate suits are in charge. They start making decisions with people that are not people you want to be putting in charge of projects. And will continue their focus on more casual and AI-focused games optimized for Luna. Finally, we are continuing to work with our external studio partners, Crystal Dynamics, on an upcoming Tomb Raider title, and Maverick Games on an upcoming open world driving game. I got to be honest, shut it all down. Nobody is going to notice. You're not doing any favors for the Tomb Raider series. No one's going to give a shit about your Maverick Games open world driving. No one gives a shit about Snoop Dogg in a Luna title. No one gives a shit about games coming out of Montreal because they're woke as fuck. Like, just shut it all down. No one will miss you. No one's going to notice you're gone. I promise you. Save your money. Stop doing this. It's a waste of money. You're pushing Luna, of all things, on top of all that. It's just hysterical to me. And this is on top of everything else. We got Pirate Nation saying, today, several large technology or technology adjacent companies conducted massive layoffs. Amazon, 30,000 plus, Intel, 24,000, Accenture, 11,000, Microsoft, 7,000, PwC, 5,600, Salesforce, 4,000, Meta, over 600. And when I hear this, it's coordinated so that these companies, one, can hide in the weeds with each other and don't get singled out, and two, don't have to try to figure out if they're hiring other people from other companies, because they're all fired. None of them are hiring anyone. So they're all doing it at the same time as like a ease of use moving forward for them. Savvy says, on top of everything else, and there will be more before the end of the year, which I agree with. And oh, by the way, the rumors of Microsoft having a massive layoff, like akin to what we had July of this year, again, first quarter of next year, I believe will be happening. Microsoft continues massive reductions in workforce because AI is taking over the world. It's coming. Do you feel it? Do you feel the pop? Out of all these, watch Salesforce and Amazon the closest. And speaking of Amazon, Amazon's 30,000 layoffs are just the beginning. Robots don't need salaries or this guy's about to be replaced. Look at that. They still do have some people working here, and humans are like assisting the robots, but just give it time. Because imagine, by the way, imagine working in that environment, knowing that you are on a clock that's ticking down of your usefulness. Because the people above you are trying to replace you as fast as possible. Well, and this is 2023. Wonder what's at right now. Crazy, crazy. That is the future what we're dealing with. And we'll leave it at this one. Wall Street Mav says Amazon blamed the layoffs of tens of thousands on the adoption of generative AI tools, then hired more than 10,000 foreign H-1B employees in 2025. Data shows that many companies are using the excuse of AI for layoffs, then turning around and hiring cheaper H-1B workers. Makes you wonder, okay, so all the qualified employees that are working in the US that are established with their families, you need to pay them more money, benefits, all this other stuff. If we can replace you with robots and then just have a bunch of dolts come in from overseas that we don't need to pay all these extra benefits, we get tax breaks on it, all these benefits to bringing them in, paying them less, by the way, which they're allowed to do. They don't have to follow the same laws in the US. It is insane how this is being abused right now. It's turning into a no one is getting a job in America if you are an American citizen because of the H-1B applications, which Trump is trying to stop, by the way. And it makes you wonder why these companies don't like Trump. Think about that for a second. Wandering slacker in the house for the $4.99. Everyone I know that worked at Amazon Game Studios told me it was worse than Microsoft. And that's saying a lot. Good riddance. Dude. Me and you need to talk because I'm sure you got some stories, by the way. Shout out to you. Cheers. Cheers. Hope you're doing well. Mark Smith for the 5-banger. Prime Gaming has already rebranded their site to Amazon Luna Gaming. Luna just sounds so fucking gay. It sounds like a LGBTQ term, like Luna. Like that's what the fuck is that? Rebrand Luna. Give it a badass name. You want to be a gaming service? Luna? That's what you got? Luna? I can guarantee you some chick that doesn't play video games came up with that name. They may stop giving away free games eventually and lock them to Prime/Luna. Yeah, probably. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. Dark Tynif, member for a month, says another one bites the dust. By the way, do you guys notice a theme? That's a good point. And thank you for being a member. The theme of when I'm covering the news, people are like, oh, you're always so negative. Bitch, you're the studios that are laying people off. What do you want? You're not hiring 30 people starting new companies and branding. You're laying people off. What do you want me to fake it and invent news? Like, well, this is the news.